Hi my beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I did want to create a everyday makeup routine. I know I have a ton of these videos on my channel, but I feel like I have really been into this specific makeup look. I don't really know if it's the same products that I've used in my previous foundation routines, but I feel like this specific routine that I have makes my foundation look so good and it lasts a really long time. As you guys will see in the video, it's nothing too crazy and I don't really use that many products, but it still obviously gave me this look right here. And I did want to record this video just because I have had a few people ask me what I use, what foundation I use, and all of that, and some comments on my videos that my skin looks really good and that I should do a foundation routine. So I wanted to go ahead and film that for you guys and go ahead and put that out so you guys can see how I do my makeup routine and how I get my foundation to look the way it does in my videos and like it does now. So if you guys do want to watch how I get this specific makeup look and what products I use, then you know what to do and just continue watching. To start off this video, I'm going to start off by priming my face, and you guys know I am like a huge fan of this Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. As you guys can see, I'm literally all out, but this is the only primer that I have at the moment, so I literally have to like make sure I get some out to cover my face. Okay, so I got some, and then I'm just gonna put that all over my face. And what I like about this primer is that it like sets into my skin really fast, so I can go in with my foundation and I don't have to wait until it gets like kind of tacky, because like it's literally already soaked in to my skin. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with another primer just because I feel like that one wasn't enough. So I'm going to go in with this Morphe Equalizer primer. It looks like this, and this is more like of a blurring primer, which I really like. Because as you guys know, I'm more like a matte, and I like more of that matte finish. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that, and then apply it pretty much to the same areas. I do a little trick, guys, because I don't know why. I don't know if I'm the only one, or if you guys are the same. Is before I was able to do my eyebrows without putting foundation on, and now I feel like I cannot. I feel like the pigmentation of the shadows don't come out as pigmented when I don't have foundation on, and I have no idea why. So the whole point of this video is me doing my foundation, so I don't want to have to do my foundation and then stop and then do my eyebrows. So what I have to do now, and what I've done a couple of times, like when I get ready for work and stuff, is I just put foundation like literally on this area right here, and then I do my eyebrows. I don't know why that happens, but yeah. So now that we have that primer, now it's already pretty much sucked into my skin. So I'm going to go in with my foundation, and you guys know I have been rocking with the foundation for a while, and that is the Frankie Rose Cosmetics Matte Perfection Foundation. So this one is going to be good for oily skin. I'm not sure how it will do for drier skin, because obviously it's matte and you don't want your face to look too matte or too cakey and all of that. But it does not dry down super matte, how I would think that would be bad for like dry skin. So you can go ahead and give it a try. I feel like if you were to use a moisturizing primer, you would be okay with getting away with using a matte foundation. But again, that is my thoughts and that is my opinion. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go into this foundation. I normally used to use the shade Olive, but I started switching to the shade Neutral just because I feel like it was a better shade for me. Olive was a little bit more on like the darker, a little bit darker, and I feel like this one was a little bit like perfect to my skin. I'm going to take about 2 full pumps, and then I'm going to take my beauty blender, and then I'm just going to start to blend that out. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on one side just so you guys can see like the amount of coverage that it gives me. And again, I've only dipped into the foundation that I pumped out one time, and it pretty much already covered half of my face. Again, I already have some foundation on my forehead, but I'm just going to go ahead and apply just a little bit more. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I feel like I really don't put that much foundation on my forehead. Okay, so that is pretty much one side of my face with the Frankie Rose Cosmetics. And I absolutely love the coverage of this, but it's medium to full coverage. But I feel like just instantly the amount of coverage that it gives me right off the bat is crazy. Sorry if the audio sounds a little different now, but I totally had forgot to press record on my mic. So as I was saying, is I love the coverage that it gives right like off the bat, because I can go in with like one layer of this foundation and I'll be good. You guys seen how much coverage it gave me on just one side of my face. So I really love this foundation. And then I just do bring it down my neck just a little bit. Now going into concealer, I do use the Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer, and this is in the shade Vanilla. So I take that and I apply that right underneath my eye. I don't apply it right directly underneath my eye, because when I blend it out, obviously I end up blending it out towards that area. And then I bring it down my nose and then down my nose. So as you guys can see, this is more like of a yellow kind of concealer, which I like just because I like the brightness that it gives. And then I will add just a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium Sand. Literally, I just apply just a little bit right in this area. So then I take my Dose of Colors beauty sponge and I just start to blend that out. And then I do look up and blend it out just so I can blend out all the creases, even though I'm probably going to crease by the time I'm finished blending this side out. This area right here where I just highlighted is like the only area that I highlight. I don't do like the forehead, I don't do like right here, I don't do anything else, just pretty much right here. If a foundation is too dark for me, then I will conceal like in this area. But when I have a foundation that's pretty much my skin tone and it's pretty much matching to my neck, I'll only conceal my under eyes and my nose. Now that is all blended out, I'm going to go ahead and take my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Okay. And I think I did mention in one of my other videos that I don't like setting or using my loose powder with like the same beauty blender that I blended it out with. So I'm going to go ahead and take the beauty blender that I used my foundation with. I'm just going to take the edge of it, and then I'm going to look up and I'm just going to start to tap that on. And normally, since I do my foundation and then I do my eyebrows, like I would have, if I wasn't recording, I would have let this area sit and then I would have done my eyebrows. But since obviously I already have my eyebrows done, I'm just going to go on to the next step. So I just take a little bit more of the powder and I kind of just stab it onto my face like this. It sounded like I said stab, I meant stamp. So I kind of do this. And then I then get some of the powder and then I just start to make sure that I blend that into my skin. Again, I'm going to leave this area here, but everywhere else I am going to tap that and blend it into my skin. And obviously, since I did mention that normally I do my foundation and then I do my eyebrows, but I obviously have my eyebrows in, so I'm just going to go ahead and just move on and start to blend the under eye into my skin. And honestly, guys, we are pretty much almost done. And then I do set my eyelids a little bit because my eyelids crease so freaking fast. So now that is pretty much all blended out, now we are looking nice and we are looking so smooth, but we are looking a little plain. So I'm going to go into my contour palette. I did go back to this palette, and this is the Makeup Shack Contour Silhouette Palette. Can you guys guess which one my favorite shade is? Obviously, it is this one. So I've been mixing this one and a little bit of Ash just because Ash is a little bit more on the cooler side. And the previous bronzer that I was using, which was the Morphe one, I felt like it was really warm and it gave off more like of an orangey kind of pigment, and I really didn't like that. So I do take a little bit of Sunkiss and Ash just because, again, Ash is a little bit more on the cooler side. So then I just take a angled brush and I take, again, Sunkiss and a little bit of Ash, and then I just start to apply that to my forehead. First, I always start by contouring and bronzing my forehead. That's honestly just a habit. So again, I don't have a big forehead, but I like the illusion of having kind of contrast and not just all one color. So now I am going into both of those, and then I just start like to the outer part right here, like my temple, and then I start to blend that in. So then what I like to do is, obviously I have been contouring my nose, so I go ahead and just take this smart, like flat, it's kind of flat shader brush, and then I take only the shade Sunkiss, and this one is super pigmented compared to the Morphe one. Like the Morphe one, I had to go back in a couple of times to get like some color, but this one is super pigmented. So I just tap in once, I tap off the brush, and then I just go along the sides of my nose, and then I do connect it to my brow. And that is pretty much it. Then what I like to do, just because I don't really like a really strong nose contour, I go back into my beauty blender with the foundation side, and I kind of just go over it. And then for blush, I am going to take my Stilla Blush. I actually don't know what the shade is called, and I have mentioned it, and I have used it in some of my videos. I actually don't know what it's called, but it just looks like this. So it's like a kind of brown pink kind of color, and it does have a little bit of shimmer, but not too much. So then I'm just going to take a flat blush brush, just smile, and I just blend it out into my bronzer. And I feel like what has been making my makeup honestly look super smooth and just airbrush and nice is that I have not used highlighter in such a long time. If you guys have been following me from like the beginning, you guys know that I used to use highlighter all the time and I would go like crazy with it. But I did mention again in one of my videos that I was following Brianna, and she's one of the Murillo twins, and she said that her skin always looks so bomb, like super good all the time. And she said that she doesn't use highlighter, so what she does is she just does her bronzer, she puts some blush, and she's good to go. And I started trying it about maybe like 2 months ago. Honestly, I haven't used highlighter since, and it just makes my face look so like nice and airbrushed and smooth, which I love. So this is pretty much it now for the base. Pretty much we're all pretty much done, to be quite honest. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my lashes, and these are the lashes from Nubounsom in the style Bella. I absolutely love these eyelashes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my duo glue. You guys know I always apply it to my lashes first, just so it has time to get a little bit tacky. I go into my mascara, and this one is the Tarte Big Ego mascara. So then what I like to do after I apply my mascara is I go back into my glue and I apply some to like the inner part and the outer part of my eye. Just because for me, those are the two areas that lift up the most when I wear my falsies. So now that we are done with that, the lashes are pretty much all ready to get stuck on. Now that we are pretty much all done, I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. I am going to take my Morphe lip liner in the shade Bite Me. And then now for my lipstick, I'm going to take my Huda Beauty matte lipstick in the shade Staycation. If you guys want, you guys can just leave it like this with just like the matte. I think I do want some gloss, so I'm going to take my Dose of Colors lip gloss in the shade Rockin. That pretty much is it for this entire video. As you guys seen, it is really simple, but it does give you such a glam finish and a good result. As you guys can see, my skin looks just super nice and airbrushed. It doesn't look like I have too much texture on my skin. It just looks really like a baby's butt. So yeah, this is pretty much how I do my makeup on a day-to-day basis when I do get ready for work. It's nothing too crazy, as you guys just seen. I didn't use like that many products, and it still gave me a super nice look, which I love. And yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys are not already. And that is pretty much all I have to say, and I will see you guys on the next one.